Cheetah Thunder says Harley and JJ are in great shape, but the greatest shape old school punker is Doyle. Not a fighter, though, as far as I know. Okay. Who would win in a fight? Harley Flanagan or Doyle? Who would win in a fight? Who do you think would win in a fight? All right. Oh man, that's really tough. I think I know my pick. I want to hear what you guys think. Who's going to win the fight between Doyle and Harley Flanagan? Mind you, how tall is Harley and how tall is Doyle, right? How tall is Harley and how tall is Doyle? Let's take a look. Let's see here. I don't know if I could find that out. Doyle height. Doyle Wolfgang Von Frankenstein height. Okay, Doyle is 6'3". Let's see here. Harley Flanagan height. Let's see here. It doesn't say. 5'6", 5'6", something like that. So Doyle's got height and reach, and he's probably weighs more than Harley. They're in two different classes. Okay, ready? I still think Harley would win. I think Harley would mess Doyle up, and I'll tell you why. I feel like Doyle. I think I heard this. Doyle has a back problem. I think that Harley, maybe Doyle would hurt Harley really bad, but I think Harley, in the end, Harley has the stamina over Doyle, and I think eventually Doyle would succumb to Harley. I feel like Harley's just like a little Wolverine, dude. He's like a little Wolverine. I mean, this dude. Okay, so check it out. This dude has like, I remember seeing a photo of like Harley like having what's it called? He had a hernia, like he had a hernia like leaking out of his gut, and he just put like duct tape over it and was just like recording. He was still recording. I think he was recording with Steve Zing, and he just like put some blue duct tape and like kept like going like it was no big thing. I just feel like Harley's tolerance for pain and his ability to fight, and mind you, how many fights do you think Doyle has been in? How many fights do you think Harley's been in? Harley has been in a lot of fights. That's got to count for something. I think he would take Doyle in the end, in the very end. I think maybe Doyle, it'll go like this. Maybe Doyle would get him, rough him up, ragdoll him for the first couple of rounds, and then eventually Harley's BJJ training would kick in. Doyle would get tired, and then once Doyle falls to the ground, or Harley's closer to the ground, obviously, that Harley would come in there and just get him. It's easy to say Doyle. It's easy to say Doyle. Let's see what everybody says. Hold on. Mau mau, mau mau mau. Okay, Robbie says Doyle. Fidel agrees with me. Flanagan, he just fights because he felt like it. Amy says Doyle is a beast. Doyle got the reach. Jason says, I mean the height. Yeah, dude, Harley is a spaz. I mean, we're talking about people in two different weight classes. Weight classes exist for a reason, but outside of that, I think that Doyle, I don't think Doyle would overcome Harley. I just don't think it. You know what I think the deciding factor would be for Doyle? What kind of stamina does he have versus Harley? Because at the end of the day, Doyle has the power, he has the reach, and he has the height, and he has the weight. But if he gets gassed, Harley would just turn him into mincemeat. I think he's a professional fighter. Talking about Harley, I agree. Honestly, Jason, what do you agree with? Honestly, I'm sorry, I don't. You got to specify there. Harley versus Rollins. I think, okay, so Rollins has also been in a fight. Rollins has been in a lot of fights. We know this. He's definitely a scrapper. I still think I think Harley is at the top of that pile, man. I just think he's at the top of that pile. Even if it was 84, 83, 84 Rollins, And the reason why I say 83 or 84, because it's like he joins Black Flag in 81, and it's like, he gets the tar kicked out of him when he goes to, like I feel like by 83, 84, 85, like he's so road worn and like he's so weary and like so seasoned that like he's probably a great scrapper, Henry Rollins, at that time. Now he's probably more like a house cat, but so would I. So would I. I mean, I'm not a fighter at all, so can't really talk. Yeah, we do. We need someone to program. I agree, Kevin. We need a hardcore Mortal Kombat type game. That would be good. That would be good. Robbie says, you've seen Doyle throw monster punches while holding a guitar. Imagine him without the guitar. All he needs is one hit. Yes. Okay. That is true. There's something to that. If Doyle got the right hit, but that's the same thing with anything. We've talked about this before, and we talked about, I think when we talked about Danzig, the Danzig video with the Northside Kings guy, all it takes is the right amount of pressure at the right point on your jaw for you to just go down like a sack of bricks, right? Like it's very easy. It's very easy to knock someone out if you get the right punch, but that's assuming that would happen. And again, that's Doyle going up against us mere mortals. I feel like Harley Flanagan is he's just in another class. Harley Flanagan knows how to take a punch. Harley Flanagan could take a punch from Doyle. I think I really do. I mean, he's like this short little, like knot of muscle, Harley Flanagan, and he is very tolerant. He has a high threshold for tolerance and pain. That's got to count for something. So Doyle could probably wail on him, but eventually Doyle is going to just wear out. And then I think Harley would just take him out, man. That's what I think. Even though Doyle had a lot of backup. Sack Piece Benefit says, honestly, I think Doyle would win. I've heard a story or two of Harley getting his ass beat in the 2000s. That's when he was younger too. I don't know, man. I think Harley would take it. I think, you know what? Who really knows? It would be a very interesting fight. Again, two completely different weight classes at the end of the day. Amy says Doyle is a gentle giant. He's a lover, not a fighter. Yeah, man. I feel like Doyle does not have speed. Harley is fast. Harley would be faster. Anastasia, you're right. You're right. Jason says that Harley would win versus Doyle. It would that's what it really, okay. So it comes down to speed and stamina. I don't think strength plays a part. And the reason why is for all the power that Doyle has, I think Harley would just be able to take it. Harley would be able to take he has a high threshold for pain. And I think that eventually after Doyle like started to wear out, or, I mean, he could only bash him for so long before, or how about this? If Harley just gets on his back or something, puts him in a chokehold. And, I mean, listen, I don't know what kind of flexibility Doyle has compared to Harley, but I still think, and you know when I would want to see them fight? I wouldn't want to see them fight back in the day. I'd want to see them fight right now. I want to see, like, how I think I just saw up here, Harley's 55 and Doyle is 64. Doyle is like 58. I want to see 55-year-old Harley versus fight 58-year-old Doyle. Exactly how they are, in their fitness, because they both seem to be really, really, really fit right now. But you know what's funny? Like, you don't see Harley does a lot of grandstanding on his Facebook page and talks about his exploits and things and yada, 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 in a much less annoying way than John Joseph does. But you don't hear Harley talk about working out. And I'm not saying that's because he doesn't do it. I'm saying, like, I feel like it's not something that he needs to talk about. He just does it. You could look at his body, look at how friggin' jacked he is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not something that he really, like, he doesn't put that on blast, but it's there. And so therefore he's probably at the height of his powers. And we know that Doyle's just like, Doyle's a beast, dude. Man, that's a pay-per-view I would kill to see. Oh my Lord. I mean, you know what else it is too? We're talking about punching. you got to think about grappling. Who's going to win in a grapple? Do you really think that Doyle is going to be able to grapple with Harley? Harley is a grappler. Doyle is not a grappler. If Harley got Doyle to the ground, it would be over, man. He would figure out a way. He'd as people said before, he's feisty. He would just figure out a way to take Doyle out. I honestly think that's the truth, man. Robbie says, I'm thinking about grappling wrong, though. It's like a spider monkey trying. He says, you're thinking about grappling wrong, though. It's like a spider monkey trying to take down King Kong. Yeah, but like, there's definitely they're definitely closer in weight than a spider monkey and King Kong. I think, okay, all right. If Harley's able to climb, are we really discussing this right now? I can't believe the sentence I'm about to say. If Harley is able to climb up on Doyle's back and get an arm around Doyle's neck and then come down, like pull down with all of his weight, he would bring Doyle down. I really think so. I think, listen, Doyle is strong, but Harley is also exerting force when he's doing this. I don't think I don't think Doyle would I don't think Doyle could withstand that. I don't think so. Doyle does have, okay, I once got to shake Doyle's hand, and I put my and this is not for reference because I am the last person to put in reference in any kind of fighting scenario, but I'm 6 foot. I'm about 6 foot. I'm like 5'11 and a half, really. But I put my hand in Doyle's hand and I shook his hand backstage at the Riot Fest show. And Doyle's hand is so big. It's not a hand. It's like a giant gorilla paw. My whole hand like fit in Doyle's hand when I shook his hand. This rough, like Baroque. I don't know if Baroque is the right word. This rough, raw hand. And it's like, I'm sure if he grabbed Harley Flanagan with that hand, he would ragdoll Harley, but I think Harley could handle it. I think Harley would be okay. He would hold on in some way, shape, or form. Oh my God, it's almost midnight. Here I am thinking that this would have been a quick, 45 minutes, hour, and we're talking about Harley Flanagan crawling up Doyle's back and equating it to being like a spider monkey taking down King Kong. But isn't that like, that's the best conversation, right? That's like, you come on with a topic, you try to, you just sort of, you try and find the groove, try to find something fun to talk about, let your imagination run wild until you find something interesting and hilarious. And I don't know. I'm just babbling. Hey, what's up, Rue? Rue says no Peter Steele versus Doyle. What do you think, Rue? Who would win with Harley Flanagan and Doyle? And Peter Steele and Doyle? I think Doyle would take it. Oh, okay. Rue says Steele all the way. Yow.